Hello. Cool, Daryl. Yeah. Definitely hope that we have no connectivity issues, but we are prepared to manage them if they happen. All right, so it is just about that time for Wednesday morning yoga. First off, I wanted to just apologize for last week's issue with losing the connection. So if that was a major bummer for you, I apologize for that. It was also a bummer for me, more so because I didn't know exactly what was happening. So now that we've come up with a plan essentially for if there are any issues with that, we know how to move forward. So just so you know, the plan would be if there is some sort of connection issue and you wind up losing the stream, and hopefully I will be able to also know this on my end, of course, but the plan would be for me to end the stream and to start a new one. So hopefully we don't experience any connectivity issues, but if it does happen, I'm letting everybody know that that will be the course of action, would be if it becomes apparent that the connection has been lost and it is not working and you are not getting the stream anymore, I will cancel this one and begin another one. You might need to then refresh and go back, right? But just be prepared for that, but hopefully we won't have any issues today. And I appreciate everybody's patience, of course, and we're at the mercy of technology, right? So we kind of have to surrender to it at times, even though we don't want to. But yeah, appreciate everybody's patience, of course, with that. And that being said, we are happy to continue with our Wednesday morning yoga classes for this month of June. So again, another thank you to Somerset County Library System for arranging it to be so. I'm very fortunate and happy to have this opportunity to teach for you. And in case you don't know me, my name is Jacqueline, and this is more or less a basics yoga class. We're going to do a little bit of challenging things, but the idea is for this class to be accessible to everybody. So whether you're brand new or if you've been practicing for a long time. If you are new, please take breaks if you need them. Understand that it's going to, like anything new, you're not familiar with whatever's going on, and it's going to take some time before you do become familiar, but it's perfectly normal. So be on board with that process. If you have any questions, use the chat feature to ask me the questions. I really feel it's a main part of my job is not to just be on the mat doing my own thing, but to be available to you if you need clarification, if you want to understand something better, if you need me to go over something, whatever it is, please let me know your questions, even if in the moment, right? But if you want to save any questions for the end of class, that's fine too. But I do welcome questions as they arise. I will be able to see comments come through. So when I see something pop up in the middle of class, I will typically find a time to get over to the screen and see what's going on in case it's a question that pertains to what we're doing right then and there. And yeah, besides that, just work at whatever level is appropriate for you and take breaks if you need them, like I said. So child's pose, just sitting. If you experience any dizziness or lightheadedness, you want to make sure that you stop whatever it is you're doing. I would advise that you bring yourself closer to the ground in a seated or even lying down position and listen to your body and honor your body's needs for this morning. All right. Also, too, friendly reminder that the stream is available for viewing at a later time, so you can do the class again. You can encourage other people you know to try out this class and look at some of the other programs that have been going on. And just feel free also to leave your feedback with the survey that's available, or to just get in touch with somebody to leave your feedback, especially if the feedback you have to leave is positive. We always want to hear from you. And I also welcome any feedback as well. So if you have trouble hearing me, etc., please let me know and I will do my best to remedy that situation. All right, let's sit up nice and tall, root yourself down. Spine is long, shoulders back, head draws back. Gently close your eyes, relax the face muscles, unclench the teeth, and keep the tongue away from the roof of the mouth. And allow the mind to quiet as you bring your attention and your focus to your breath. And very gently, without much added effort, begin to deepen the breath, moving into diaphragmatic or belly breathing. So as you inhale, feel the belly rise and expand. As you exhale, the belly button draws back toward the spine. Inhale, the belly rises and expands. And exhale, belly button draws back. On your next inhale, draw the breath up a little higher so the belly rises and expands, then the mid-chest and the ribs expand. Then you exhale from the mid-chest, belly button draws back. And on your next inhale, draw the breath up even higher, moving into the full 3-part yogic breath. Belly rises and expands, and the mid-chest, then all the way up into the upper chest, just underneath the collarbones. Then you exhale from the collarbones down into the mid-chest, belly button draws back. So nice, slow, full, and deep breaths. And 2 more breaths. And after your second exhale, just allow the breathing to return to normal. The mind stays calm, the face relaxed. Bring the hands together in front of the heart. Take a nice breath in. And exhale, let it all the way out. And turn the eyes down toward the heart. Release the hands, gently flicker the eyes open. Bring the head up to center. Take the legs and extend them out in front of you. And gently rub the hips and knees. Circle the ankles in both directions. And point the toes. Flex the feet. Point and flex one at a time. Good, let's come to tabletop position. So hands and knees. Bring the hands shoulder width, maybe mat width distance apart. Spread the fingers. Try to get equal distance between the fingers. Make sure hands are straight, perhaps slightly turned out. Elbow creases of the arms face each other. The back is nice and flat. Abdominal muscles are engaged. Go ahead and tuck the toes under. This will give you a little more power and more stability. Hug in toward the center. Keep head in line with spine and connect to the breath. And from here, we'll move into cat and cow, warming up the spine. As you inhale, belly lowers, tailbone lifts, head comes forward. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, round the back, and look back at your thighs. Inhale, belly lowers, tailbone lifts, head comes forward. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, round the back, and look back at your thighs. So continue with this, take it at your own pace, and move with your breath. And take 2 more nice full cat and cows. On your second exhale, when your back is rounded, come back to that flat back position in tabletop. And when you're back in tabletop, check in with your foundation, see if anything changed, make whatever adjustments you need to. From here, take a step back with the knees. Start to angle the body back. Shoulders move behind wrists, hips come over knees. Call more attention into the hands. Really root down. Allow the knees to rise a little bit up off the mat. Do the action of feet dragging toward each other. Knees stay in line with ankles. Press stronger into the hands like you were trying to send the mat away from you. And slowly lift the hips, straighten or go towards straight with the legs. Downward facing dog, and you breathe here. Now, if the backs of the legs are tight, you can take your feet wider. That might not be enough to make the pose comfortable. So you can practice down dog with bent knees, so not worrying about straightening the legs. And if you're pretty comfortable here, you can gently walk the dog. So bend one knee, lower the opposite heel, go nice and slow, allowing for that gentle lengthening of each leg. And if you're walking the dog, return to center and stillness. Take a quick peek back at the feet. Make sure they're facing straight forward, heels hidden behind toes, head in line with spine. From here, walk the feet forward. Come to Uttanasana, standing forward fold. So hips are over knees, knees over ankles. There's equal weight through the feet, maybe ever so slightly more weight toward the toes. Your hips are over knees, knees over ankles, and then you can have your fingertips lightly touching on your legs, on a yoga block or blocks, or something to substitute like a box or books. And then maybe the floor is accessible, but just don't force anything here. Inhale and lengthen the center of the chest. Exhale and fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Press strongly through the feet. Bring hands to hip creases, elbows, shoulders, and head lifts. Inhale and come up to Tadasana, standing mountain pose. The feet face straight forward. Knees are soft. Shins hug toward each other. Tailbone draws down. Shoulders up and back. Rib cage in, palms out. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, arms gently lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, arms lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, strong legs, long spine as you fold forward. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Bring hands next to feet. Left leg steps back. Gently lower the knee down so your right knee is at 90 degrees. And front foot, back knee do the action of dragging toward each other. If you need to, you can have your fingertips on blocks. And if you really need to, you can put your hands onto your thigh. Soften the face. Connect to the breath. From here, let's step back to plank. So in plank, just like tabletop, elbow creases of the arms face each other. There's a lift to the belly, a lift to the legs. Gently lower the knees down. So knees are behind hips, abs are strong, arms are straight and strong. Take your plank here and move it forward. Then elbows bend lower, chin and chest, belly stays lifted, elbows hug in. Come all the way down, untuck the toes, slide forward, up, and curl back to a low cobra. Feet are pressed down, tailbone is lengthened, shoulders back. Tuck the toes, press back, downward facing dog, and breathe. Step the left foot forward between the hands, the right knee gently lowers down, low lunge, left knee 90 degrees. Front foot, back knee dragging toward each other, draw shoulders back. And step back to plank. Nice And strong through the core here. Gently lower the knees. Knees stay behind the hips. Arms stay strong. Take your plank. Move it forward. Elbows bend. Lower chin and chest. Belly stays lifted. Elbows hug in. Come all the way down. Untuck the toes. Slide forward up and curl back to cobra. Feet grounded. Tailbone is lengthened. Squeeze shoulder blades. Tuck the toes. Press back. Downward facing dog. Breathe. Walk the feet forward, Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and fold. Press through the feet. Bring hands to the hip creases, elbows, shoulders, and head lift. Inhale and come up. Arms reach. Exhale, arms lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, strong legs, long spine as you fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, hands next to feet. Left leg steps back. This time, try to keep the knee lifted. So we're in a slightly higher lunge. Right knee 90 degrees, feet drag toward each other. Back side presses up and back. Step back to plank. So now you might be able to practice plank with your knees lifted. You can bring them down at any time. Now, something to bear in mind is that originally, when we were working from knees down and lowering toward the mat, we moved forward, then lowered chin and chest first. That can still happen if you're going to stick with that. If you want to advance it a little bit more, you're going to keep your knees lifted, but when we lower, everything lowers at the same time. We still move forward. So see how I'm rocking over, like not over, but kind of rocking over the toes, and then elbows bend, and we're going to lower everything at the same time. That is much more advanced. So choose a smart level for you today, and you can always decide to opt out of it as well. So you can do cat and cow instead, or just work on your plank. So whatever you choose, knees down or up. Chaturanga, elbows hug in, shoulders stay away, and then we come into a strong cobra. The height of your cobra doesn't matter. It's really about keeping the strength for the back. And press back to downward facing dog. And you breathe here. Let's step the left foot forward between the hands. The right knee is going to stay lifted. Help the left foot up if it gets stuck. Feet drag toward each other, and you're pressing your right thigh away. Gaze forward, abs strong, and we step back to plank. Knees down or up, chaturanga. Move forward first, elbows hug in. You can always skip this. Come to cobra. And press back, downward facing dog. Breathe here. Smooth inhale and smooth exhale. Step the right foot forward between the hands. The left heel spins down. Come on up into warrior 2 or Virabhadrasana 2. So your right knee is at 90 degrees. Your knee is tracking to the right. Shoulders over hips. Strong through the arms. Shoulders away from ears. Feet are dragging toward each other. One more breath. As you exhale, come down and step back to downward facing dog. Left foot forward, right heel spins down, warrior 2. Left knee 90 degrees, knee tracks to the left. Feet drag toward each other. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. You can be looking straight ahead or out over your left fingertips. One more breath. And exhale, come down, step back to plank or not. You can always choose to skip this or modify as needed. Knees down or up if you so choose. Chaturanga, elbows hug in, shoulders away. Coming to cobra or up dog. Actually, stick with cobra. Press back, downward facing dog. Check in with your breath. Right foot steps forward between hands, left heel spins down, Parsvakonasana, extended side angle. So we have the same legs as Warrior Two. Legitimately, the legs are not different. So think Warrior Two, right? Then use your core strength to lengthen your torso so that you can lightly place your right thigh, lightly, not lean, your right forearm, onto your right thigh. Left hand can stay at hip crease, drawing the shoulder way back, or reach the arm, plug the shoulder, and slide it overhead. So you're creating a very sharp diagonal line. One more breath. And exhale, come down, step back, downward facing dog. Left foot forward, right heel spins down. Parsvakonasana, extended side angle. Forearm lightly to the top of the thigh, hand active. Right hand at hip, drawing shoulder back, or reach the arm, plug the shoulder, and slide it overhead. And you breathe here. Keep your knee tracking to the left. Breath in. Exhale, come down, step back to plank or not. Remember, you can always choose to skip. If you are going to move through, knees down or up, chaturanga, protect your shoulders, elbows hug in, toning the triceps, come into your nice strong cobra. And press back, downward facing dog, breathe. Right foot steps forward between hands, left heel spins down. So pause here so you've got your time to set up the legs. Now slowly start to remove the bend from the right knee, opening your body with two straight and strong legs into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Realistically, you might need to climb way up that leg. This is perfectly acceptable. You might have a block or box available, or you might be like me with long arms and you can more easily access the floor, but it's not about the floor, okay? What it's about is creating space. So space throughout all parts of the body, and then of course the strength. So we've got a softening behind the right knee. A lot of times we lock out at the knee, which then doesn't allow us to support our skeleton with the muscles. So you want to make sure you've got that softening behind the knee, feeling the tightening and the engagement of the quadricep muscles. That's the front of the thigh muscles. Then your abdominal muscles are helping to take some of the weight, so not everything's coming down, and so that you wouldn't even have to let that right fingertips touch, right? Because everything else is so strong. So check in. It's not easy. But when we put forth that solid effort, we get more out of it. If you have a left shoulder concern, you can always keep the hand down. One more breath. And as you exhale, release down, step back, downward facing dog. Left foot forward, right heel spins down. So pause, slowly begin to unfurl, working the pose from the ground up. Even if you need to rise a lot, that's okay. Strong legs. Is your left foot straight forward? Is the whole foot planted? Is there softening behind the knee so you feel the muscles of the legs working? Breathe. Keep checking in with your foundation, check in with your breath. It's one of my favorite poses. And gently release, step back, Knees down or up. Chaturanga. Take your time. Press the floor away. See if you can start to go slower. Come to cobra. And press back. Downward dog. Breathe. Try this. Bend the knees. Puff up in your low back. So kind of stick the butt up a little bit. Look towards your hands. Walk or try to jump forward to forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and fold. Press through the feet, hands to hip creases. Inhale, we rise. Draw the arms up. Exhale. Arms lower. Good, very nice. Let's work a little bit on balancing. So we'll come into Vrikshasana or tree pose. So you're going to root strongly through your right foot, lift the left heel, open the knee, hug in. This can be your tree today, perfectly fine, right? Come here, or you can lift the foot to the ankle, the calf, just not the knee, or perhaps it can rise up higher, but we want to keep hips and pelvis level, tailbone drawing in, abs are on, shoulders back, and again, you choose your arm option based on your balance today, how it's feeling, how it's going. Soften the face, try to focus on something that's not moving. If you want a little extra challenge today, try to take your eye gaze and lift it up. And gently release. Good, let's work the other side. So root through the left foot, left knee is soft, not locked. Right toes touching, heel lifts, and then turn the knee open, hug in. Stay here as long as you need to, or this might be your expression of the pose today. Or you bring the foot up, just not to the knee, absolutely not on the knee by any circumstances. Focus. There's no obligation to take the arms anywhere. And maybe if you want, lift your eyes up. And gently release. Shake out the legs, circle the ankles. Very nice. Stand at the top of the mat. If you can, go ahead, bring your feet together or a little bit closer than normal Tadasana. Draw the arms up. And then hands together, bring them in front of the heart as you sit your hips back. Utkatasana, chair pose, knees behind toes, tone through the belly. And fold forward, separating the feet to normal distance. Inhale and lengthen. And exhale, fold. Bend the knees, hands next to feet. Step back, 2, downward facing dog. Breathe, press through the hands. So we're going to open the hips, coming into a pigeon prep pose. So you're going to take your right knee, bringing it behind the right wrist to the right, letting the foot clear the pelvis. Left knee is down and you walk it back. Now, if necessary, because that pose is technically advanced, you can do seated figure 4, right ankle crossed over left knee, or lying down. Fully relaxed upper body and working the figure 4 position here. So you have lots of options. If you're in full pigeon prep, It's also, this pose is also a back bend, so the more upright you are, the more you are back bending. So you need to make sure that you're staying safe, drawing your tailbone down. Engage the leg muscles too. So just like when we take a lunge and we drag front foot, back knee, or the feet toward each other, we're doing the same thing here. So front leg, back knee, like they're gonna come toward the center, forward and back, not like across to meet each other, right? So just try to envision that. So you got lots of leg strength here, which gives us support for the hips, and so we don't overstretch. Soften the jaw. It's not the most comfortable pose, so just be mindful of that. But if it feels torturous, that's usually a sign that maybe the body is not ready for this pose right now. So I would then recommend the alternatives of seated or lying down figure 4. Hips are square, along with the shoulders. Soften the face, maybe close your eyes. Keep the breath flowing. We stay in hip openers much longer than other poses because it takes the body more time to adjust to the posture and then to start reaping the benefits. One more breath. And then we'll gently come out. If you're seated or lying down and you just want to switch, that's fine. So you don't have to come back to down dog if you don't want to. And then we'll do the other side. So left knee behind wrist to the left, walking right leg back, or left ankle crossed over right knee, seated or lying down. And for this pose, no matter where you are, pigeon prep or seated or lying down, the chest is open, right? So there's a broadness across from shoulder to shoulder. If you're in pigeon prep with me, you want to make sure that you feel that your legs are doing a fair amount to hold you up, not like everything sinking into your hands or that you're sinking into the floor. There should be this hugging in, this element of lift, right? So that perhaps one day you won't even need your hands. Keep breathing. Make sure the jaw is relaxed, eyes soft. Ribs pulled in if you're in pigeon prep. How about one more breath? And then gently making your way out into downward facing dog. Breathe. And then come forward to plank. Knees down or up, elbows bend, and you lower all the way down completely. Forehead down, lengthen the legs back behind you. So we're prepping for cobra pose. Slide the hands back, elbows point straight back. Feet press, tailbone lengthen, squeeze shoulder blades. And inhale, gently slide forward, up, and curl back, coming to cobra. The stronger you press the feet, the more you lengthen the tailbone, the stronger your back will be. Also, I want to remind everybody that when we take cobra out of the sequencing from plank, let's say, it's going to be a different cobra. So you might notice that different experience here. This is normal. And slowly lower down. We'll do that again. Press through the feet, lengthen the tailbone, squeeze shoulder blades, and rise. Tuck the chin a little. And slowly lower. One more. Press through the feet, lengthen the tailbone, squeeze shoulder blades. Inhale and gently rise. And slowly lower. Make a pillow with the hands. Breathe. And turn over. Come onto your back. Bend the knees and bring the feet flat. So the feet are facing straight forward, and they should be sit bone width distance apart. So that's like 2 fist width between the feet. Bend the elbows so your palms face each other, fingertips toward the ceiling. Press strongly through the feet, root through the shoulders, press into the back of the head. Inhale, lift the hips coming into Setu Sarvangasana or bridge pose. So your knees stay in line with the ankles. Chin stays away from chest, more energy comes onto the shoulders. Breathe. And slowly lower down. Taking a moment. And we'll do that again. Press through the feet, root through the shoulders. Inhale, hips rise up. If you want to go deeper, you can lift the heels coming onto your toes. And slowly lower down. And we'll do one more. Press through the feet, root through the shoulders, press into the back of the head. Inhale, hips lift. Maybe heels. One more breath. Exhale and slowly lower, one vertebra at a time. Once you're down, relax. Arms. And then straighten the legs, point the toes, reach the arms up and over. So we're taking a full body stretch here. This is what we do to neutralize the spine after bending it. Flex the feet and release the hands. Press out through the palms. A little different stretch there. And then gently release. Take as much time as you need to turn over and come into a downward facing dog or child's pose. So breathing length into the spine. If you're not in child's pose, come into child's pose now. Lift up a little bit in your child's pose, walk your hands over toward the right and then gently come down. So you get a nice stretch sensation along your left side. And come up, moving back center and release down in the middle. And come up, walk over to the left and release down, feeling that stretch for the right side. And up, center, and back down. Bring hands under shoulders and lift yourself up. Have a seat, take left leg out straight, bend the right knee. Anchor the right, bend the left sit bone. Left leg is strong, heel presses, foot is flexed, fingertips come alongside. Draw the right arm up, turn toward the foot, exhale, gently lengthen forward. When you can't go anymore, you just want to stop, not force anything. Draw the shoulder back, the head back, keep the spine long. Maybe close your eyes. Press down through the leg, inhale and come up, and we'll switch. Right leg extends, left knee bends. Anchor through the left, then right sit bone, right leg is strong, flex the foot, left arm draws up, turn toward the foot, and lengthen forward. Keep the breath smooth. Maybe close your eyes. Press through the leg, inhale and come up. Extend both legs out. Root through your seat. Spine nice and long. Staying like this, using arms behind for support or gently lengthening further forward. Just avoid rounding in the upper back. So you want to feel like you're hinging from the hip creases, not moving from your rib cage. And slowly make your way out. And then we'll come down onto the back. So if you want a little extra abdominal toning, just lower yourself down very slowly. And once you're down, take your arms out to the sides, shoulder height. Feel the shoulders grounded, palms are up. Bring your feet, calves, and knees together. Press down through the feet, lift the hips, move them to the right, put them down, and allow your knees to gently move to the left as your right shoulder stays grounded. Little flex through the feet. So we're in a reclined twist here. You're breathing down into your right shoulder. Close your eyes. Inhale, center, hips neutral. And then we'll do the other side. So press down through the feet, lift the hips, shift them left, and then knees gently move to the right, left shoulder stays grounded, little flex through the feet. Breathe. And gently come back to center, hips to neutral. So we're going to do that again, but you have the option to go deeper this time if you want. So if you'd like, you're going to take your right leg and cross it over your left. So you go thigh over thigh. Then press through the left foot, lift the hips, shift them to the right, put them down, and your crossed legs now move. Or you can do the same twist we did before. With the legs crossed, you're going to feel a lot more intensity. So just be mindful of that. But all the same things apply. Shoulders stay grounded. Inhale, coming back to center, hips to neutral, uncross. So again, you don't have to cross, but if you want, left crosses over right, thigh over thigh. Lift the hips, shift them left first, then your legs go to the right, left shoulder grounded. Smooth breaths. Inhale, center, hips neutral, uncross if you cross. Lift feet over. Lift the feet up, knees over hips. Bring your hands to your knees, push the arms away, separate the feet and knees. Stay grounded at the back of your pelvis, and if it's comfortable, gently rock side to side. So what we're doing here is we're rocking across the back of the pelvis. We are not rocking across the lower back. So as you rock, if you choose to, you will notice that your lower back is protected. So just check in with that here. And if you're rocking, return to center and stillness. Hug the knees into the chest. Slowly lower the feet. Take the legs, extend them out. Arms come 4 to 6 inches from the body, palms up. Close your eyes. We move into Shavasana, final relaxation. Allow the front of your body to melt down into the back of your body. And the back of your body melts down into the floor. And release any tension you might be holding in any part of your body and give yourself permission to completely relax. Slowly and gently allow the breath to become deeper. Begin to wiggle the fingers and toes. Let the legs come together. Bend one knee up, then the other. With an exhale, gently roll onto your right side. Left arm crosses over the body and just pause here for a moment. Use your right arm as a pillow. If you could call it perfection, what would it look like? How would you know it, feel it, be it? Wherever you are now, call it perfection. And know that in this moment, it is really enough. Use the support of the arm and hand to gently press yourself up and turn forward and sit in a cross-legged seat. Eyes closed, face soft, and spine tall. Take the hands, bring them together in front of the heart and lift the heart up to the hands. And on our next exhale, we'll seal this morning's practice with one sound of Om. Breathe in. May you be safe, may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be at ease. And from my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you so much for joining today. Again, my name is Jacqueline. I hope to see you again in class next week, same time, same place. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please use the chat feature. Or if you feel like you would prefer to privately message me with any questions, I will leave my yoga Facebook page information, and if you are on Facebook, you can find me there. And again, I thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I will leave the video running for about a minute or so, just in case somebody has a question that might involve some demonstration or better explanation of speaking than through writing. But I will leave my Facebook info here. Woo! Thanks, Daryl. Yeah, I kept checking a lot to see if the stream was working. Awesome. Alrighty. Last chance for any questions. And again, please don't be shy about reaching out to me via Facebook if you have it. If you prefer that, I'm happy to answer any questions. Or if you're just looking for some more yoga exposure, you can go to that page and like it. But I appreciate everybody tuning in today, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks, everybody.